Sayyidina wa mawlana Muhammadan Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam bimadadakum wa nazarakum Sayyidi ya Rasul Kareem ya Habib al-Azim Madad ya Sayyidi ya Sultan al-Awliya Ma Shaykh Abdul Faiz al-Daghestani Sayyid Shaykh Muhammad Nazim Haqqani Mawlana Shaykh Sham Kabani Shaykh Hatem Kabani Shaykh Muhammad Adil bimadadakum wa nazarakum ya ahlul wa ahlul bayt al-kiram. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Atiullah, ati Rasul wa ulul amri minkum. And that a reminder for myself, ana abdukul ajizu da'ifu miskeen zalim jahal, by the grace of Allah that I'm still in existence. And in this holy month, the 5th lunar month, this reality that Allah in this journey from the 36th surah into the 45th surah, that this is a journey into the kingdom, into the heart, the Divinely heart. Allah begin to define that Divinely heart, that it is from the realities of the Muhammadan reality. And then Allah described that, I have given everything to that reality. That the 5th lunar month, by the power of these awliyaullah that represent the reality of 9, opens the secrets of 45, and the 45th surah and 13th verse, where Allah describes what He has given to Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Sadaqallahu al-Azim wa balagha Rasul Kareem. It recites better than I do, so I played that one, inshaAllah. Allah describing in Holy Qur'an, Ayatul Kareem, and we have subjected to you, and that if we take a path in which to be, nothing in life, nothing in life. This is not about me and Allah and me and trying to find about myself from Allah. I already negated myself at the door, that it's not about me, Ya Rabbi, I don't care anything about myself, I don't exist. I'm trying to be something of nothing. Then this is a dialogue and a teaching that Allah want to give the realities and the haqqaiqs of what He has given to Sayyidina Muhammad, and that we have subjected to you, given to you as from Him, from Allah. One showing that one giving, one must be receiving. All that is in the heavens and on earth, and they conveniently leave out certain words when they translate, and they don't have it in this either. Jamia. Whatever Allah describes, we have given to you Sayyidina Muhammad whatever is on heavens, whatever is on earth. And just so that none of your opponents can doubt, Allah Jami'an, anything between them. Anything you can imagine, Allah saying, we have subjected, we have given, they're under your authority Sayyidina Muhammad, all given to Prophet, all of the kingdom of the heaven and all of the mulk of all the created earths, created planets, all the realities of all paradises, all given and subjected to you, and in that are the signs indeed for those who are ahlul tafakkur. So it's not going to be just by reading it quick and going to the next ayah, but they live a life in which only Allah stress for them that read and slow. What is Allah conveying? That I have given everything. Whatever you can imagine of the heavens, whatever you can imagine of all the created planets, universes and galaxies, and made them all subject to you. Malik al-Haqq al-Mubeen, the clear king of all creation. Malik al-Haqq al-Mubeen, la ilaha illa huwa al-Malik al-Haqq al-Mubeen, as-Sadiq al-Wahd al-Ameen, Muhammad Rasul Kareem. That Allah described and gave everything is under your authority, everything gift to your Divinely presence of what I have given to you of realities. And only Allah come into our life and begin to teach us the greatest gift that Allah has given to us is a heart. The heart, not your head. Your head is the greatest opponent that God has given to us. He gave us a devil and an angel. The devil's in the head and the angel's in the heart. Because the head is continuously in conflict. The head is continuously trying to guide the body, that what my aqal, what I believe and perceive to be aqal is important, and this will guide me towards these realities. And awliyaullah come and teach. The Prophet said, don't leave your head at the door. This way of marifah, this way of realities is based on the qalb. Then Prophet was teaching his holy companions, Qalb al-mu'min Baytullah, that we are all in search of Allah, and teaching that if you want Allah, go to the house of Allah. And He gave everybody his home, and that's why it's the greatest honour. When we begin to think God has given to my heart and said, my heart is your home, your heart is my home. If your devils are occupying, kick them out, clean it, wash it, circumambulate around it. Make your tawaf, make your whole life to be in circumambulation of your heart, not your maghz, not your head. Allah didn't say purify and wash and circumambulate your brain, but says, my house. And Prophet taught the house of God is the heart of the believer. So single most important tool and gift God has given to us, Allah has given to us, is a heart. That heart has to be washed and cleaned. That heart, its reality is based on muhabbat and love. That heart has to have a light of faith, and there is no faith without love. We constantly have to reiterate, the amal and the usul, they don't open Iman. You can do all the amal you want, but you can never say, I have faith. It's not something that you say and declare. But Prophet taught, no, once you love me more than you love yourself. The faith is a light that enters into the heart. قُلْ إِنِ كُنْتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهَ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحِبُّكُمُ اللَّهُ. That follow Prophet love Sayyidina Muhammad, submit all your bad character. When we say Sayyidina Muhammad, it's love of all the Prophets. If somebody out there saying, I love Jesus Christ, peace and blessings be upon him, power to you, love to you. Sayyidina Musa, I love Sayyidina Musa, we love them all and we are authorized representatives of them. But any one of these Prophets whom you love, if they're true and your connection is true, they guide you to that reality that we are all brothers, and follow our reality because we're here to perfect your being. And when they begin to teach that if you fill this house, take out hatred, take out all the bad characteristics, because Allah, the light of Allah's truth, if it enters, it doesn't sit with falsehood. So our whole life is take the falsehood out of the heart and bring the Divine love. Anything false, it can't enter into that heart. Anything of a temporary nature, it can't enter into the heart, because everything temporary is false. So when the truth wants to enter in, it knocks on the door and smashes everything false. Zahuqan Allah described, that it obliterates. So when that light and that praise and that love begin to enter into the heart, they begin to teach this consciousness of the heart, this studying of the heart, the contemplation of the heart. When they're talking love and muhabbat, and very few people talk that way. And they talk about a lot of practices and all the things you have to do, all of that is fine and good, but if its foundation is not love and the character is not loving, and the example is not a fragrant beauty from Divinely Presence, but an aggressive and angry person. We went somewhere and somebody was very angrily talking about love. I love you! So if you have a papa say, I love you, boom! Well, that wasn't really love. That was kind of scary. Love is love and everyone knows what love, you can't fool me in love. Means ashiqeen, they find a divine grace in everything, and it becomes the way in which they judge their life. That I can't go in that direction, I can't be in that way, I can't be in that kind of character, it will take me out of His Divinely grace. It will take me out of the characteristics that Allah wants for me. So our whole life is about my heart being the house of God. How to make my house is the house of Allah, Qalb al-mu'min Baytullah. When we take a path in which we want to make our house, our heart, the house of Allah, then you begin to understand this kitab on the Lataif. It's not the study of Lataif, it's the reality of Allah's house. And everything on this ayatul kareem, سَخَرْ لَكُم مَا فِي السَّمَوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. Everything is in that reality. So as soon as they studied their heart, that my focus is my heart, I'm going to clean my heart to make it your house, my Lord. All your prophets must be in that house. Can there only be one prophet? He sent all 124,000 prophets, you're making your heart to be the house of Allah. Don't you think all of Allah's creation should be there? So then Prophet brought the whole brotherhood, that each of the Lataifs teaches about the prophecy, their time and their eternal message. Teach about all of the zikrs, all of the realities, everything must be in that heart, because all of God's kingdom is in that heart. And God's kingdom, Allah's kingdom cannot be found through the head, cannot be on a spaceship, but through the heart of the believer. As soon as they negate their physical presence, pay no importance on their physical presence, Allah begin to open their soul. With their soul they enter into their heart. From entering into their heart, Allah opens His Divinely kingdom through their heart. That Divinely kingdom is all that we are searching for, all its realities in that heart. How to wash the heart, how to purify the heart, how to bring out the reality of that heart. And for tonight we wanted to talk about the angelic reality. That these are lights. When the heart of the believer begins to open the reality of their soul, these lataifs and the study of this reality, from the qalb to the sir, from the sir, the khafa and akhfa, there's an angel representing each of those lataifs. The qalb and the station of knowledge is Sayyidina Jibreel. And what they begin to teach in the world of light, that if you begin to open that reality and open that presence in your heart, and in your tafakkur and contemplation, that, Ya Rabbi, open this heart, make it to be your Divinely presence, make it to be your house. Then Allah begin to open all of its realities, and for us to understand what Allah has given to Sayyidina Muhammad, what Prophet has given to his holy companions, his ahlul bayt, and what they've given as an inheritance to awliyaullah. They're not walking empty. They begin to teach from the house of Allah that they walk, and they're walking upon the earth is the house of Allah. They are holier than the Kaaba. They are holier than the Kaaba. The Kaaba is made from stones and they are made from Allah's hands. The Kaaba made from your hands, they are made from Allah's hands, right? It's stones. It's symbolic, not for the stones, but what arwah and what lights Allah has placed inside the reality of the Kaaba. And those are other talks. Those lights and those realities, what Allah sending His tajalli. But Allah told Prophet the Qalb al-mu'min Baytullah, if they truly reach to their level of belief, Allah will be in their heart. Allah will make their heart His home, and in Allah's home everything is located. The angels are in Allah's home, the angels are, where are they? So what open for their soul is that as soon as the shaykh begin to make a nazar upon the heart, The Lataif of the Qalb is the reality of knowledges, that Allah in this house of His wants knowledges to enter into this soul, and begins to tell Sayyidina Jibreel that begin to send ilham and inspiration and knowledges from the heart of Prophet all with the permission of Sayyidina Muhammad. Allah's command come to Prophet, from Prophet to the ulul amr, the people who take the amr, and these awliyaullah begin to send these knowledges. That qalb and the station of the qalb, Sayyidina Jibreel is present to bring these Divinely knowledges into the heart of that servant. And we said before, when you begin to study the world of light, you understand that why he has to come and go, come and go, come and go. He doesn't know who you are and where you are. He says, okay, I'll just stay with you. And they present a light from Sayyidina Jibreel into the soul of that individual. And there's a light from Sayyidina Jibreel in their soul. And that light inside their soul is in charge of bringing knowledges, bringing knowledges, bringing knowledges. Because wherever Sayyidina Jibreel is, the knowledge is coming. Through that means it comes into their soul, means as they walk with the light of Sayyidina Jibreel upon their soul. Their zikr, their practices, all of that is giving that power and that reality to that presence. The next from the qalb to the sir has to do with the Sayyidina Mikaeel, that through all their practices Allah begin to describe into their heart that in my house I have the presence. These are all the archangels and they uphold the covenant of Allah. The ark of the covenant is the heart of the believer, not a box that had to be carried in the time of Sayyidina Musa, but the real covenant and the real ark, the vessel and vehicle to hold God's contract is the heart of the believer. And the archangels are holding that reality. So that exactly like an ark, because there's 2 points here, 2 points here, and these 4 angels are holding that reality. Its guardian is Sayyidina Malik all around them. So as you look 2 points, these are the 2 angels holding the covenant. The first Sayyidina Jibreel that I'm responsible to bring knowledge into your heart. Allah assigned me to bring knowledges into your heart. My presence in your being will guarantee continuous knowledges flowing. Then Sayyidina Mikaeel will introduce himself that I am the angel of sustenance and struggle, warfare. That when Allah assigned me to enter into your heart, that the sustenance is under my command. So Sayyidina Mikaeel brings the sustenance. When Allah wants to open His house for the believer, Sayyidina Mikaeel comes into the heart. He says, now whatever Allah has decreed of a sustenance to your soul and to your physicality, it's under my command. It comes by order of Allah and immediately dispensed into your being. Nobody can touch your sustenance and nobody can interfere with what Allah is sending upon your soul and upon your physicality, because its guardian is Sayyidina Mikaeel right inside your being. Whatever stopped by Allah's permission, whatever granted by Allah's permission. That's just a test for other people of why they do what they do to pious people. So it means that reality of Sayyidina Mikaeel is within them. So then gives you an understanding when you go and get dua from a house of Allah, there's a lot of things in that house. There's a lot of beings in that house, there's a lot of realities in that house. When you ask for knowledge and ask for dua of knowledge, Sayyidina Jibreel is in there. And when he says Ameen, they say Ameen. That's why then the du'as are so powerful from them. From Sayyidina Mikaeel goes down to Sayyidina Israel and Sayyidina Israfil. Sayyidina Israel comes to the servant that Allah is sending me to teach you how to die. That I am assigned on taking death and how the servant will reach death. Means at that time they train that servant on how to negate yourself to the point in which they bring the soul out in an instant. As soon as you sit with them in association, their soul is outside of the body. The energy that you feel with energized guides who are real guides is the power of their soul. If that one didn't reach to their soul to come out, you feel nothing in the association, and they can say as much as they want of who they are. There's nothing, because the soul has not come out, the contract has not been reversed. What people feel from that reality is that Sayyidina Israel is teaching them how to die. When they learned how to die, as soon as they enter into their associations, their zikr, their practices like a hal, their soul comes out. It comes out with a divine love and ishq. You play a little bit of the salawats, little bit of something beatific, and their soul is out moving with love. It has no interest in staying inside the body. That soul that comes out dresses everyone, whether it's here or through the internet. Anyone gazing at them, the soul of their being and their reality goes out and dresses everything with whatever Allah. So we said before, it's hard to think in a physical when these are spiritual teachings. It's like a laser, like a light. You shoot out a light, that light goes everywhere and dresses everything from its light, catches everyone's light and grafts inside their light. Whatever your light is lacking, when their soul comes out, it dresses everything and even picks the residue of your light back into them, so that to dress it and to make a bond of love and ishq that begin to dress them. Sayyidina Israfil comes and Allah assigned that Sayyidina Israfil said, I'm here by Allah's command to teach you how to rise. That Israel taught you how to die, I teach you how to rise and to enter into the heavenly kingdom, to blow the trumpet in which you enter into the Divinely Presence. Means then those lights they don't have to come and go, but Sayyidina Israel is on their soul and teaches them about death. And in every association teaches everyone's soul how to die, how to lower your desire, how to lower all these characteristics. And that's why then in the association they can learn how their soul comes out of their body, because Sayyidina Israel is with them and going and teaching them, lower the desire, and that we can bring your soul out. Doesn't matter whether they're physically with them or they're watching through the internet. Sayyidina Israfil comes and teaches them how to rise into the heavens. That these people, their soul comes out and shoots like a rocket into the Divinely Presence, and anywhere they go they teach that reality. And the guardian of that entire covenant that you have Sayyidina Jibreel, Mikaeel, Sayyidina Israel, Sayyidina Israfil and Sayyidina Malik And Sayyidina Malik is the guardian of paradise. Some say the guardian of Jahannam, because those are the people who are not going to paradise. But he's the guardian of paradise. Your paradise is only as good as God's protection upon you. If there's no protection for paradise, every shayateen would have entered and destroyed everything. Means the guardian of paradise is Allah's security forces. So for Allah to open the house of His Divinely house upon the heart of the servant, Allah has to secure all of its realities. And what Allah secured with, the best of security, is a big dragon behind them, Sayyidina Malik, and all his zabani are out to defend that wali. They don't show themselves because of the haybah that would cause fear in people's hearts, even not knowing it and seeing it. But they are all present to guard that reality. So when Allah want to open the covenant and the ark of the believer, that Allah is sending these angels, but the most important that comes is Sayyidina Malik that comes that, I am here to guard you and guard the trust that you walk upon this earth with. What realities Allah bestowing upon you, shayateen are going to take. At that time immediately that dragon appears and two flags of Alimul Qadir are upon that wali. That they have the flag of Al-Alim, of Allah's ancient knowledges, and Al-Qadir, they're Allah's ancient powers. And that you see them in those images of the shaykhs, and behind them a big dragon, black dragons. So it means that reality is always upon their soul. This house of Allah has a tremendous power, tremendous reality, it's not something small. When we understood that greatness of that kingdom, then they teach that reality so that this pettiness of this physical world is so limited and has so of its nothingness. Imagine the greatness of what God has in store for the soul and its realities. We pray that Allah open from those realities, bless us with these realities. Now quickly coming into the month of Rajab, Sha'ban, Ramadan, those are the holy of holies in which Allah dresses and opens the secrets of lights and the secret of realities. We pray that Allah bless us and dress us, and that these lights and these angels, that they watch over us and dress us and bless us with all of our struggles in that Divinely way, inshaAllah. Bi hurmati Muhammadan Mustafa wa basir Surat al-Fatiha. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Shukran.